Uxele nge-podcast awubest wena mfethu le podcast hlala phansi sixoxe nge-podcast massive creative podcast ithi ngikuxoxele nge-podcast awubest wena mfethu le podcast hlala phansi sixoxe nge-podcast massive creative podcast hayi host umhliko i-guest ihuwe lights camera action sisha izule obvious nami usuqagela movies yayona umbrella i-podcast.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Creative Unplugged podcast where we meet different creatives singxoxele ngabo nje and share more about their journey. And you know when I come like this, I'm not alone. Achard Africa.
Boo, boo, boo. Hello, everybody. My name is Achard Africa, the African rock star here on the Creatives Unplugged podcast.
Yeah.
The sister of the show, right?
Yeah.
And today we have an amazing guest.
Yep.
That's done a lot in the industry, and I'm very excited too.
I'm also looking forward to this interview, to this podcast today. Stay tuned. Hey, it's crazy. It's June. It's a youth month.
It's Youth Month. It's already halfway through the year. Can you believe it?
And I was expecting to get more news about different creatives, and then I child of Roskop.
Wow.
No, we live like that, my friend. So let's all come together and welcome our guest. She's an artist, a writer, a very creative one.
Yeah.
Yashna, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. So how are you feeling today? Are you excited?
I'm excited to be here. It's been a long time since I've been on a podcast.
Nice.
So I'm excited for some chat.
Wow, nice. Let's get to it. Let's just find out more about your background, if you don't mind. Tell us your name and your surname and where you come from.
So my name is Yashna.
Yes.
I go by Yashna International. So for now, I take on International as my surname.
Yes, girl.
Yeah. So I was born... I don't think I say this often enough, but I was born in Chatsworth. At 10, I moved to Malvern in Queensborough, and I've been there ever since.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm a multi-genre singer and songwriter, and this is what I do. I eat, breathe, sleep music.
What?
And yeah, I just love writing songs from a place of authenticity, and I just hope, my hope and my prayer is that when people listen to my music, that they are able to relate to it, because then my purpose would have been fulfilled.
Nice.
So that's just a bit about me. I love my doggos. I love my family. I love my person.
I forgot the name.
I just love a lot of people.
What's her name again?
I have Boaz and Breezy.
Bree.
But her name is actually Bree, but
Bree.
because of my love of Chris
Brown,
Brown, it's Breezy.
Great. So you were also in Chatsworth at primary school, maybe?
No, actually, we stayed there.
Okay.
But my primary school was in Bluff. It was Our Lady of Natal.
Yeah.
So I went there for 3 years because it was a Catholic school, and it ended at grade 3, which is so weird. But I just wished it was extended because I loved that school.
Yeah.
It literally had an ocean view. That's how amazing it was.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And so once that ended, I moved to Malvern Primary.
Yes.
So from grade 4 up until the end, grade 7, I was in Malvern Primary, and at Queensborough Girls thereafter.
So you were already maybe an artist during that time. You started to see that I'm talented, maybe in sports or music.
Definitely not sports. I sucked at sport. It was not my thing.
Yeah.
But I definitely didn't know at the beginning that there was something inside me. We'll call it the calling, because it is the calling. And I was really confident at a young age that I was going to kill the singing.
Oh, nice.
But as the years progressed, I just leaned into it a bit more, joined the choir, and that's kind of when I receive feedback from people confirming the fact that there is something there, or letting me know, you have a great voice.
Yeah.
And that pushed me towards wanting to pursue music.
Wait, that was primary when you joined the choir?
No, I joined the choir in high school. But I always tell the story. When I was in primary school, I don't think I was bold enough to join the choir.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, there's not many of me. there were no brown skin, there were no Indian people in the choir. So I think I was nervous to even join because maybe I thought that I couldn't sing as well. Imposter syndrome was imposter syndroming in. But one thing I will say is I was always in prize givings because I was an academic.
Nice.
So I'd sit there and the choir would always perform a really powerful song.
Yeah.
I'd sit there and I would bite back my tears. And I think in those moments when I look back now, music was doing something in me. It stirred something in me. And so I guess to answer your question, I've always known
Yeah.
that music shifts me and that I need to be here. But it took me many years to fully embrace, you know, this as a career path even.
Nice. So like your family maybe are very supportive in your...
Yeah, now they are.
or during that time.
It's been a journey.
Yeah.
That's how I have my honors degree in industrial psychology.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make sense.
We have the same qualification.
You also have your honors in
industrial psychology.
Oh my goodness. But we were at the
insane.
same university. Maybe we were in the
Which
same class.
university did you go to?
UK Sudan.
Dude, which year?
Maybe different year.
I started in 2012.
Me too. We were in the same class.
That means we were in the same class.
Yeah. Same lectures and everything.
Oh my goodness.
That's insane. Same degree. Did you do the structured degree?
No, I did.
In psych, like the 3-year one first, the psych.
Yeah, so it's a BS social science.
In psychology.
Yeah.
Same.
And then I did my honors in industrial psych.
Same.
Oh, this is so weird.
I didn't know
We could have
this.
known each other earlier. I knew we had acquaintances or like, because I remember I was friends with Kev7 and he was managing an artist named Archild at the time, but we didn't know each other.
Yeah.
But I knew of the name. You know, that's how small Durban is.
Yeah,
Oh my
Durban
God.
is very small.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So you also in UK that's end for how long?
So I actually started off in Pietermaritzburg the first semester in my first year, but the traveling was too hectic.
Yeah.
And I was studying a degree in drama. Actually,
nice.
I wanted to be an actress.
Yeah, you can still do it though.
And then what happened?
The traveling was so much. I was really I did plays and stuff there. My creative side was going really well.
Yes.
But the traveling every morning, I had to be up so early, and it was late evening every night because I was in a lift club, and it was overwhelming a bit. And so my mom was like, "Why don't you just come here, get a backup plan, and then on the side you can pursue your music." And so that's what I did.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So you have your schoolmates.
We really go a long way.
When did you do your honors? You did it in 2016, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I had a gap year after.
So it was 2012. Oh, I didn't do a gap year. So it's 2012, 13, 14.
Yeah.
15 then. 2015 I did my honors. Yeah.
Oh, then means 16. That's when I did mine because I took a gap. That's insane.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have seen you in the honors year, but we would have definitely been in classes.
Yeah, in the degree year.
Yeah.
But then when are you going to do your masters then?
We can do it together when you're ready, but I don't know.
I got tired filling in the forms. I was like, write some motivation. I'm not motivated.
Board exams.
I don't want to do
you know how
this.
much I don't like studying? Like I can't deal anymore.
I used to love it, but now, I'm sorry, the music has taken over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
When you deal with lyrics, sometimes it's like you're studying, you know that.
Yeah.
Like
when you're writing.
So I actually did study after that.
Yeah.
So I have a certificate in, I actually can't remember the name offhand, but it's with LAMP. So it's the Los Angeles Academy for Artists and Music Production.
Wow.
Nice.
So it was a 1-year course.
Yeah.
And then you create with people across the world. So every week you place to groups of people like from all over the world.
That's great.
Which is really, it's dope. It shows that how music can be created remotely. You don't even need to be in the same studio or same space as them. And also you get to work with different personalities and, you know, different artists from different backgrounds. So that was really exciting. And so I have that. And then I also received, so I had a scholarship for that. And then I also received a scholarship for, I think it was Music Business Lab in partnership with Samro for music publishing course. So I did that as well. So I just sit there and take notes and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't miss this. Like assignments. Oh my goodness, no. Yeah, but I'm just glad I have those certificates under me. Because with that, we got a certificate from the University of Pretoria. So it's like certified.
Legit.
Yeah.
So with singing already at UK That's End, you had like songs, your own songs, or you haven't started that time?
I had started vocal training.
Oh, nice.
So that must have been maybe 2012. I started vocal training.
Nice.
I did that for a couple of years, and that really helped me in being able to control my vocals. Because prior to that, when I would sing, the vibrato was vibratoing, and so having vocal lessons, it really helped me learn to control my voice and also build my confidence a little bit. I actually recorded. I think maybe it was could have been 2012 when an artist by the name of Eric Rush took me to a studio. We just spoke. We were friends in university, and we spoke about the fact that like I sing, he's a rapper, and he hadn't heard me sing. But one day we were walking, he's like, yo, Yash, I would like for you to come through to the session. So he took me to my first studio session.
Oh, nice.
Which is nearby the campus. And it was a nice experience.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he hadn't heard me sing, but he trusted that I could
Yeah.
sing.
Yeah.
And so that was when I sang for the first time in a studio. It was really fun. And I was like, I could do this more often. This is so much fun.
No fear at all. Like
Nothing.
Do you remember the song you recorded?
I do. It was about smoking weed and drinking. But I didn't write it. He wrote it. So I was just like, okay, I'm just glad to be here. I'll sing the lyrics. Yeah.
He wrote even your verse or your hook.
So he just called me there to sing it.
To
but
just
he
sing,
always, like every time I've ever worked with him, he has his concept clear and figured out. And it's just a matter of you just...
So you already started writing your own songs that time?
I actually started writing my own songs in high school.
Yeah.
I don't think they were any good, but I always found myself, like when I was going through something, I'd take a pen and paper and I'd write out almost like poetry.
Yeah, like a songbook.
Yeah, but I didn't have a beat or I didn't have, you know. So, and in grade, when was it, World Cup? 2010.
Yeah.
In school, we had to write a song in our drama class. And I wrote it. It was very R&B, but I wrote it and I sang it. And I remember my drama teacher saying, you should really think about joining the choir. And that's when it struck. And I was like, okay, the teacher is saying that I have a good voice. Because she said, you have such a beautiful voice. You need to join the choir. And I was like, let me do this.
Yeah.
And that's when I joined. I was in grade 9, I think.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Crazy.
That's
What a
nice.
journey.
Yeah,
It's
and
been a long journey.
It's crazy.
I'm very excited to have for us to have Yashna here today because there's a lot of elements that are hidden within Yashna. You can just see a package complete, but she's one of the artists that are really, really into admin. You know, I've never seen someone so prepared in my life. And
I have to.
yeah, like there's so many things that as young artists that we're not aware of. And I remember we just had a conversation about you wanting to sync more. So do you want to explain maybe to young artists that don't know what syncing is? And yeah, before we get into the actual ones that you've gotten, which are actually impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So syncing is basically when you're watching TV, like whether it's movies or series, the music that you hear in the background to like expand on the emotion that you're seeing on your TV, that's sync. So when my music plays on there, I benefit as an artist financially, and you get like so much exposure from it as well. So that's syncing. Syncing is when you sync the music to the visuals.
To the scene, yeah.
That's syncing, essentially, yeah.
So within that as well, you have done a lot with the syncing space.
I want more.
Yeah, actually, you have to. You have to. So one of the things you did for was Blood and Water. And other Netflix shows. Please expand on that. Which other shows have you done? Because I know it's 1s and 2s on SABC 1, Blood and Water. Yeah, expand on that. And how was that process?
There was a series on Mnet called Devil's Peak. There's one, I don't think it's out yet. It's called Bad Influences or Bad Influencer. So one of my songs also got picked up for that.
Well, where's the platform?
What do you mean?
Was it on Netflix? Is it on?
Oh, Netflix. Yes, it's going to be on Netflix.
Nice.
Yeah. So there's that. There's House of Zwede as well on ETV.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I once got a song picked up for an Adidas campaign for an Oswald release. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
For Sports Scene.
Nice.
So that was exciting. Also, my memory is not the greatest, so I could be leaving stuff out.
I can help you out with one.
Yeah.
You just won a competition for songwriting.
Yes.
For East Coast Radio.
Yeah.
For the Big Walk. Tell us on that journey as well.
That was a really spur of the moment type thing because it was Christmas. It was December, so it was the festive season, and so my side hustle is social media. So social media management.
Yeah.
So I had a company that I was doing social media for in Pietermaritzburg. So I was on my way home, and every like 10 minutes they would play this advert, and I'm like, oh my goodness, God! If you were trying to give me a sign, I get it now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna hit up Neo, and we're gonna do this. So we literally got into studio the next day. Mind you, it's festive season. Families out here.
Yeah.
No one's trying to work.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, we need to apply. So he came through, we sat together, he had a beat, and then we started writing, and they had a brief. I love briefs. I love when you know exactly what you want.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you can create according to that. Whatever genre, whatever topic, whatever theme, it just helps us narrow down what direction we're going with, like just theme-wise.
Yeah.
So I really liked that. And so they had a theme, they had words they wanted included in the song. And so we knew that it was supposed to be a high energetic pop type vibe. And so we got into that. We knocked it out, I think maybe under 2 hours. And yeah, that was really it. And we submitted the same day I submitted it. And then shortly after, we were shortlisted. And then after performing and having all the stress and anxiety of having to perform it live, then we were announced the winners, which was really, really exciting.
What was the performance? So it was
at Suncoast.
They made the setup for
the big walk finalists.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. And yeah, I was really excited because
I was supposed to join you for the walk.
Yes, you were. You didn't.
Yeah, next time.
But it's better that way because I also didn't walk. So then you'd be walking alone. What with my family? It wouldn't have been so bad.
I was hoping to put you guys on the spot, like right now, because there's a track that you guys did.
Yeah.
And maybe someone who's watching doesn't know even who's Yashna. And it's amazing.
Yeah.
I remember you came on the podcast, at the Creative Unplugged podcast, present your EP, and then at the same day you were launching. That's where I get to meet you.
Yeah.
And then you go perform the song. And
that was also a spur of the moment thing.
And from that on, that time, I went home. I think the album was dropping the following day.
Yeah.
I was looking for that song, playing that song, you know. What an amazing song.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And another big part of the song was Neo.
Yes.
Neo and Dao. So how do you guys meet? Because now he produced Indozami as well. And he produced the one you're talking about from the Big Walk.
Yes.
And majority of the time you guys work together.
Yeah.
So how do you guys meet and how do you get to working?
We have two different stories because his version is that he met me through Loki, who's a rapper.
Yeah.
And then my version is that we met through the warehouse, through A1 Wolf at the warehouse.
Okay.
Because we knew about each other, but we hadn't met each other. So when I went to the warehouse, A1 had this like creative hub called the warehouse for creatives, and I was one of the creatives there. And for each artist, he had brought in producers, and so he brought Neo in as the producer, and we worked on a song there. And ever since then, we've just been working, and it never stopped.
Yeah.
Yo, with Beats Creation, he's so amazing.
Yo, he's amazing.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Because when I met him, it was
genius.
I think it was around the same time maybe I had released my first EP and he produced something very insane, like an African jungle beat, but there's no melody, but it's like a beat. It's like, he's a very, very talented. But he's also a rapper as well.
Yes.
And you guys have released some stuff together like Chemistry.
Yes.
How is it Chemistry 1, 2, and
It's
how
just
many?
an annual thing.
How many have you done now?
We're on Chemistry 6 right now. So next year will be Chemistry 7.
So 7 years.
Yeah.
And he's also doing mastering.
Yeah, he does everything. He's an engineer.
Yeah.
Like, he mixes, he masters, he sings, he writes.
Yo, he's able to chow his
All
money.
in one,
Yo,
man.
like a producer. He can even rap on his own track and he's fine.
He's everywhere.
So I also saw that you do a lot of like I don't know, shows. One of the shows I saw you on was the Stimmeral Flow Lab. How did you get
there?
Yeah, I was a stylist
Yes,
there.
yes.
And then the next year I was the artist. But take us through that journey as well. Because
I'm trying to remember how that happened. I literally, one thing about me being independent,
Yeah.
whatever opportunity I see, I
You
dive
there.
into that. So when I saw the link to enter this competition, I did what it said. I bought myself a pack of gum.
Yeah.
And then I had my slip and then I popped them a WhatsApp and then I entered. And shortly after they reached out to say, this is when it is. Like, would you like to come? And I was like super keen. And that's how that happened. Always shoot your shot. Always take whatever opportunity comes to you, especially when you're independent. When you're with a label, there's people doing these things for you. But when you're an independent artist, nobody owes you anything.
Yeah.
You owe it to yourself to take advantage of whatever opportunity presents itself to you.
That's true.
So that's how I've been in this industry for, I told you, like approaching a decade. But when this East Coast competition happened, I entered a competition because at the end of the day, there was money involved and a nice bag at that.
it was a nice bag.
And nice
Oh,
exposure.
it was a nice bag.
and nice exposure. And like, this is what we have to do as creatives. You have to swallow your pride. You have to just do what needs to be done so that you can get to where you need to be.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And okay, so with the Flow Lab and Stimmeral and everything, they are more things that you actually like. She drills me, guys. She calls me, "Our child, have you seen this? You send me links for the Africa the Black Coffee one. Was it IRMC? what is it again?
ARMC.
Yes.
Yeah.
You also got to be a panelist in that as well. But I just want to tell people, or I want you to tell people, how are you so organized? Because I was releasing a song, and she just sent me like two spreadsheets on how I can communicate with certain radio stations, certain TV platforms. How were you able to like put this thing together and continue the way you do?
So I have to thank my mother in this because she made sure I got that backup plan.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I think having to do all that schoolwork, like your admin game gets better.
Yeah.
You know? And so that's how I became an admin girly. But with the one thing about this industry is connections and networking.
Yeah.
So a little story, which I probably have spoken on before, but when you get the credits at the end of like TV shows
Yes.
or on music, television, or Netflix, whatever it is, like there was like a good 2 years where I just sat and like I would wait for the credits and then I'd look at the people there. And then I'd go stalk them on like social media and then I'd follow them.
Nice.
And a lot of the time they'd follow back. And then you build that connection from there.
Yeah.
So that's how that happened. And over the years, I've just been building, like, there's some people that will share and like you can share your lists, because some people have their own lists of radio. They have their own lists of emails that of important people that can help you in certain things. So I'm a bit of an OCD case in that regard because I have my radio list, I have my television list.
You have your podcast.
Yeah.
You have magazines.
And my blogs. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. I mean, you have to, because I'm independent. I don't have a label behind me. Like, I am my label. So I have to do these things. And I think that's where a lot of artists fail, because making music is not about grabbing a bottle or grabbing a blunt and going to studio to record. In school, they taught me this thing where your knuckles are 31. So the in between is 30. So I start with my knuckle January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. And because it's between the knuckle, there's 30 days in November. If you didn't know, now you know. It stuck with me. I think I learned that in primary school. But yeah, Mariah Carey comes as soon as 30th of November hits. She's in my CD player. She's like in my headphones, like wherever, like all I want for Christmas. Like, I'm that girl.
What's the note she hits? Like, I'm not even gonna try.
I'm a Mariah Carey fan. I could listen to her for days. Like, people like, I know when she performs, she doesn't do much. I don't care, because I'm going to be singing the song if I'm in that crowd. Like, I love
and
her music.
She's trying to be sustainable because we're not getting any younger.
Oh my God. But
so
her voice.
she's a festive season queen.
Oh, she owns it. Nobody like, you can never. So even when I did this project, I'm like, I love Christmas songs. So I was really excited to do it. But yeah,
the numbers were insane.
It came out really well.
The numbers were insane.
It was very, very stressful because I had like a period of time. I literally finished that in a month. So it was very, very stressful. But I was really proud of how it turned out. And with gospel, I've always known that I need to do it. I just never did it. I procrastinated.
Same, girl.
Yeah. And so if you didn't do it, you need to do it. Okay, this is your sign.
Yeah, it's your sign.
Because there's this feeling that you get when you play it back where it's like, oh my goodness, I did that.
Yeah.
Because like I listen to these gospel songs that I wrote and I'm getting goosebumps and I'm like, wow. Because it's more than just writing. It's an experience. Like, I'm very spiritual.
Yeah.
And so my faith means a lot to me.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like I'm giving back to people that are broken, to people that need healing. Like, it's reassuring them that it's going to get better with time. You just need to trust, you know, and the God that we serve is so great. Like, there's nothing too big for him, no matter how bad it may look.
Yeah.
So, and also you need your faith in this industry. If you don't, you need something.
That's where my question was coming from. Like, if you are a spiritual person, do you remember when I was asking about these 3 EPs that you released? What was driving you? But now I see that you are a spiritual person.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
in
you
my
just don't
heart,
write.
in my heart and my soul, like whatever I'm going through, I love to pen that down. Like, there's a song that always sticks out. I wrote a song called Rise Up. I don't remember what year it was. I think it was 2019 maybe.
Yeah.
I love animals. Like, you see how people go crazy over babies?
Yeah.
I don't get that sensation. I get it for like animals. Like, I love pets.
I think I saw somewhere that you have a bird, a pony or...
No, so I had an African
You
grey.
had... Okay.
So
An
that's
African
actually where
grey,
I'm going with
damn.
this. My African grey passed away. She had... he had seizures,
sorry to
and he
hear
passed
that.
away, and it broke me. I don't think you understand. Like morning and evening, like I, during the day, like I'll go talk to I talk to them. Like they're like my heart. I love them. And when he passed away, it was such a huge pull for me to swallow, and I was just crying. Like I couldn't stop. And then I told Nia, I was like, I think I need to write about it. Maybe it'll help me heal. Maybe it'll help me get it
and
out.
release. Yeah.
And little did I know that I needed to do that, because when I wrote it, it was heavy, but it in retrospect, it was a message to myself to say that regardless of what happens in life, I need to rise up, because the power is within us.
Yeah.
We just need to tap in there. It's so easy to like fall back and just like fall into the darkness. But I wrote a song to myself to empower me to actually find the strength to like heal.
Yeah.
And in writing that, the amount of messages that I got, like people whose parents were battling cancer, like I was getting stories like that saying that my music helped them, the song helped them get through it.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's not walking in my purpose, I don't know what is. Like that made me realize like I must not quit, because let me tell you, being an independent artist, there will be many times you want to quit. Okay,
You quit a lot.
It's messages like that of people reaching out saying your song shifted me, your song got me through a difficult time. That's like, even though I'm an independent artist that does not feel like I'm getting the flowers that I deserve, it's important that I appreciate the few that are reaching out and sending me these messages, because it means that I am changing lives through my music, and that's the heart behind my music.
Yeah.
But it always comes from within. Unless there's a brief and like someone wants specific things, then I can create according to that. But for the most part, when I do my own music, it usually comes from a place of emotion that I've dealt with or I've been through. And yeah.
Okay. So speaking about music that has made waves, you did a song with Tyler ICU.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about, right?
Can't live without.
Can't live without. Sorry.
It's okay.
Can't live without. Every day, every night, you're all I think about.
That's
That was
it.
such a nice song.
Thank you.
How was it like working with such a big artist, and how because I know that you also working with other big artists currently. Take us through like getting your, I'm not gonna say your foot because you've been in the industry, but I mean like mainstream wise. Like how was it working with Tyler, and how also the people you're working with currently, how is that going?
So with Tyler, like that was interesting because we were following each other. There was a Casper Nyovest song, I think it was called Good for That. And so I'm the type of artist, like when I hear a song, I'm usually listening to the beat before I listen to the lyrics, because I'm like, God, who's on production?
Yeah.
And then I go stalk them,
Yeah.
like then I go follow them. So when I heard that song, I'm like, yo, this beat hits hard. Like it's a South African song, but it sounds international.
Nice.
So I went and I searched the producers, and it was Ali Keys and it was Tyler ICU. This was before Tyler even touched amapiano.
Yeah.
He was in hip
I
hop.
remember.
Yeah. And so I followed him. I think back then he had like 5,000 followers. And so like, you know, this is the importance of like networking.
Yeah.
And creating connections. So in December, there was December, was it 2020 or I don't recall. I think, yes, because I dropped it in 2021. So it was 2020 December.
Yeah.
Neo had Kabza's album on repeat. Mind you, the 2 years before that, I was anti-amapiano. I remember going to Joburg and my friend, she was like, Yashna, I need to hear amapiano. And she played it and I was like, this is so boring. She took me out and we went to this place and they played amapiano the whole night and I'm there like waiting for some Cardi B or something. I'm like, I need some hip-hop or R&B. I can't do this.
Yeah.
What is this music? And the Joburg kids were already, I'm like, no, they just want to like, just because we have Gom here, they want to have their own thing. I'm like, nah, we're still going to rule this. They can try. I was on that tip. Like, I was anti-amapiano. I wasn't for it. Fast forward, Neo has Kabza's album on repeat in December. And that thing washed off on me. Like, I was obsessed. Back then, Daddy Wonga was doing the things.
Yeah.
I think
Shasha. Those
Shasha was
years.
killing it. I couldn't get enough. And I was like, Neo, we need to try an amapiano song. I don't know how they're going to receive it, but like, I'm loving the sound.
Yeah.
And so Neo and I worked on something. And then I was going to drop it. And so I reached out to Tyler and I'm like, because he was rubbing shoulders with Maparisa. I'm like, can you send this to Maparisa? Or can you like give me his email address? But then Tyler listened to it and he's like,
You're
yo,
like,
can I
nah.
hop? he's like, can I hop on the can I remix this? Or like, not even remix, can I hop on the beat?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Mind you, the song was done and dusted. I scheduled its release.
Yeah.
It was already uploaded on DistroKid.
Damn.
And I wanted my producer to hear it because they were like owning amapiano.
Yeah.
This was before the gate had opened, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, can you like, I just want them to hear it because I want to submit it in their playlists or in their set lists. They'll include it when they're DJing, maybe. You know, I was thinking big. And then he's like, I'd like to hop on it. I didn't know he was going to turn out to be the Tyler ICU, but like, he was so dope. I was like, why not? Because I love the way he produces.
Yeah.
So why not let him touch it? So he did. And we went back and forth with like different versions until we settled on one. And then I dropped it. And I did not expect the amapiano world to receive me with open arms, but they did. And so that's when I followed it up with an EP because that's all they wanted. They didn't care about my other music. All they cared about was
the piano.
Yeah, and then I fell in love with amapiano eventually. So yeah, the bug bit me, and it clearly it took over the world. There was a time when I didn't have any hope in it, and it came and it shocked everyone. You know, so yeah, that's how that happened. So that I would attest it to like it being part of God's plan because it just unfolded in such a weird way, like in a way that I wouldn't have thought it would have unfolded, but that's how it unfolded. So I'd say God's plan. But yeah, I'm also an energy person. So how I navigate working with big artists is that if our energy is right and we're on the same page, I'd feel it in here, like whether it's gonna work or not. And if we're good and the song comes out good, then it's successful.
Sorry to cut you. Which other big artists you've worked with?
Well, Sketchy Bongo is one of them.
Yes.
Vigro Deep is one of them.
Yeah. And I saw that you've opened for Master KG.
I did. I met Master KG. He was such a polite, pleasant guy. I won a Jukes competition. So yes, I did open up for him. I performed at Rose Fest.
You always like winning things and applying.
I know, I'm so tired of competitions. My goodness.
Speaking about winning, Basadi in music, you were nominated.
I was nominated.
That's amazing. That's a huge platform.
Yeah, that was crazy. This is the problem with being a multi-genre artist. I was nominated in the hip-hop category.
Imagine.
But yeah.
For which song?
I think it was they didn't specify what song, but I had dropped a hip-hop EP called Yashi. And I was rapping and stuff. Yeah, I did that.
Go check it out.
I was just like, I needed to get some things off my chest because I was like angry at the industry. So I'm like, I'm going to come here with this alter ego. And I just, I wrote some rap songs. And that happened.
So before we wrap up, is there any person maybe we forgot saying, you know, that you have worked close with that you want to mention today, you know?
Okay, so I'll always give T-Bag his flowers. Like,
T-Bag.
T-Bag, like, that's how it started. And that's another funny story because it started as a favor. I didn't have a studio to go to and neither did I have producers. So the first song that I actually recorded by myself, I bought a beat online from a guy in Portland somewhere in this world. So I purchased a beat and then I had no studio and Eric Rush spoke to T-Bag and he's like, nah, T-Bag owes me a favor. You are the favor.
Nice.
So I had my first session. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't mess this up. So I go there with my book. Back then, I never used to write in studio. I used to like write everything down and go prepared. And so we had our first session and it went well. And then after that, T-Bag was like, nah, you can record here. So he gave me that space. And shortly after, I was part of the Warehouse with A1 Wolf. That was a time. It was quite a time. So many talented people there. And that's obviously where I met Neo, who I've been rocking with since then. So we've been creating. And the amazing thing is he's also multi-genre. So we work so well together because we're on the same page. You know, we're in alignment and it makes sense. So I'm really grateful to him for contributing to my career the way he did. And I've seen so many videos lately of like people within the industry saying, when you find your producer, stick to them.
Stick to them, yes.
It is so important, especially when you're an independent artist. You're bouncing around.
You get to create your own sound.
Yes. And also just have an understanding so that they get you. I mean, sometimes I don't know these music terminologies and I describe it and Neo just gets it and I'm like, this makes my life so easy. But it's just getting someone that understands you and someone that can bring your vision to life. I think I'm very grateful for that, having the ability to get these visions that's in my head into reality. Also, shout out to my credo. he's my videographer. Like,
Nice.
Yeah.
oh God,
Nice.
like
You
this
have
is
the
my
whole crew.
team.
Creed,
You know,
Yes, the
yeah.
whole team. I like
Creed and
it.
Neo are like,
I love
they're not
this.
like, they are my team. And
Yeah.
I think when people look at us, they probably think, oh, who's behind the scenes? No,
Yeah.
me. It's me. I do the admin.
Yeah.
I'm the
Yeah.
businesswoman behind this thing. But I also have people that are my right and left hand that do things that I can't do. But we are able to all bring this vision that's in my
Together.
mind to life. And that is so powerful to me. So I'm just very grateful for that and for them.
Yeah. You're an amazing artist. The fact that you even do it yourself.
Yeah.
Many people have managers, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes if they don't have managers, there's that lack. Only pushing the studio, writing music, and then the important stuff of making money, getting gigs, registering your music, it's lacking to most of the
Yeah.
artists. So if you are doing it like this, and you also inspire a lot of creatives that are watching right now.
Thank you.
So thank you.
I'm just proud, man. I'm proud. I remember you performing at the warehouse, doing all the choreography and stuff. Like, you don't like sell yourself short. You make
Thank
sure
you.
that you go,
Yeah.
you know, you go full on, you know. So I'm very proud. I'm very honored to be around people like this, especially in Durban. It's a very tough city. So yeah, I'm very proud of you, and we can't wait to hear what
proud
you
of
have
you.
next. Oh, thank you.
Back
Thank
to
you.
back. So any last word to the youth out there, maybe someone who want to be an artist, you know, before we close, what's your message?
Save yourself. No, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but if it's your calling, trust in God. Find whatever it is you trust in.
Yes.
I trust in God. Like, there,
Full on.
period.
Period.
With a T at the end.
Yeah.
Like that. Without my faith, I don't even think I would have made it this far.
Yeah.
Because it will get depressing. It will get dark. But you
Yes.
just need to keep pushing and keep trying. I saw a quote the other day, I think on socials, that said, if you had to fail 20 times before you're successful, how fast would you want to fail? So fail as many times as you need to. But if there's this calling, you'll feel it in your gut that this is what you're meant for. You just need to keep pushing. I mean, I'm still on my journey. I'm no better than the next person because I personally feel like I'm not where I need to be. But all these steps is my specific personal journey to where I need to be. And I'm such a firm believer of God's timing and God's plan over my own. I think for the longest time, I had a list of things that needed to be done by, a certain age. And I realized that it's bigger than me. It's bigger than you. Like God's plan, we might think in our head what we want for ourselves is what we need, but it might be so tiny to what God has in store for us.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for taking you to church, but I'm not sorry at the same time because you need to hear it. So yeah, I just like, my faith is everything. So do what works for you, but just don't give up. Even though you will want to give up, but don't do it, okay? And just keep pushing. Be true to yourself. Don't ever try to change yourself to fit in. I think that's another important thing, is that in the world that we live in, there's so much pressure to conform. And one thing about me is that I really try to stay true to who I am. And I think it's important for just kids to know that they need to be unapologetically themselves. Like, you don't need to be the next person. You don't need to look like the next person. Yeah, just trust in you, trust in your heart, trust in the power that lives within you. Okay, thank you.
Nice.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Wise words, people.
Thank you.
Wise
Nice.
words. I think we're moving out now. We are going. Our child, let's go.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on all our social media platforms, on TikTok, on Instagram, and on Facebook. And please click that like button and subscribe on YouTube.
Please follow me too, I'm sorry. Please also follow me.
Yes.
Yeah, at Yashna_INT. And also stream my music on every available platform out there.
Yes.
So yeah, before we go, do you have something that you're going to share with our viewers today? Any performances?
Well, I'm going to perform a song, but from 2 years ago, because it's from the Essentials EP called
Nice.
MIA. But what's to come is that I have been working on an amapiano EP
Oh yeah.
since last year, December. It's the longest EP I've ever worked on, but I think it's going to be the strongest EP I've ever worked on. So I'm
Nice.
really, really excited about that. I can't wait for everyone to hear it. I do not have a potential release date, but I am working on it. So good things take time.
Yeah.
Nice. Looking forward to this performance.
Boop, boop,
Let's
boop,
go
boop,
straight
boop.
to
Thank
it.
you.